Okay, so what we're going to talk about next, okay, is testing feedback. We're going to talk about why do we test? What's the purpose? Okay? We'll also talk about how to use this feedback to benefit yourself in your training. Okay, and then lastly, okay, the tests and how we've established international standards for women's hockey. So goals for everybody to shoot for. Okay? And you'll notice number 3, you'll notice on your testing sheets, gold, silver, and bronze. Okay? So everybody's goal is to be at gold. But if you're not yet, you can get there. Okay? But we want you to understand that we've set these standards to understand that you've got to set goals of things you're going to shoot for. Okay, what we want you to do is, why do we test? We want you to track your development and qualities that assist you in hockey. Very important that you understand that each of these tests affect the way you play hockey. Okay, we obviously looked at tests that were strength-based, fitness-based, and power-based. All of those things affect the way you play the game. Okay? But we want you to measure where you are at this moment. I know it's easy to look at the sheets beside you and go, what did you get? What did you get? Don't worry about what anybody else got. You know what the standards are. You know what you got. It's your time to work. Okay, why do we test? Okay, it's important to establish international standards. Okay, so that, as I mentioned, we can level your playing field. Right? Very important. We did all of these tests. Does everybody remember these tests? We all did them. Okay? I don't need to go through each of them, but I want you to understand how important body composition is for the game of hockey. The leaner that you are, the better you are at carrying your body weight on the ice and using it efficiently. Okay? 10, 20 meter sprints, speed. Speed kills. We're usually taught to look for the fast ones, because the fast ones can process faster and move faster. Okay? Lower body power. Okay? Long jump affects your stride power. Okay? Vertical jump is very important because we typically look at different power aspects of the game. Face-off power, and then transition power. Okay? And then lastly, strength. Push, pull, and then fitness. So let's take a look at these a little bit differently. Okay? I want you to make sure you look at the international standards. Okay? But we also want you to make sure that you take a look at your national women's hockey standards and then compare you to you. So compare you to this camp, compare you to the rest of the athletes in your country, and then compare lastly you to you. As long as you understand that, that's all we're looking for. Okay? And then, I'll give it a couple seconds. Okay, and lastly, for tracking development, we want to see this type of progression. I have a saying back home when I train my athletes. It takes 11 and a half months a year to become an elite level athlete. 11 and a half months a year of training. You get 1 or 2 weeks off. We give you low training blocks, but 11 and a half out of 12 months a year, you're training. And if you don't do that, you're training to go up, and then you go back down. You go up, you go back down. You go up, you go back down. Not good. We want to see you as athletes continue to train 11 and a half months a year on these things. Okay, here we go. So, now it's time for you as athletes to use your sheets. So you've got your sheets of paper in front of you. Okay, have a pen in your hand. What I want you to do is, I know that you know, like on your sheets it'll say the test and then gold, silver, and bronze. What I want you to do is flip the sheet over on the back. And I want you to write on one section, okay, strengths. What am I good at? What did I really do good at? We'll look at each test. So just right now, just put strengths. And then 1, 2, maybe 3, and 4. Okay? And then beside that, areas I need to improve using training. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jeho silné stránky charakterizovat se a chce sám potřebovat.
Okay, so everybody should have on the back side of your sheet strengths 1, 2, 3, 4, and then beside that weak or like areas to improve on 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody got that? Now as we go through this sheet, you're going to flip over and write down what it is, which column it fits in. Okay? So here we go. Okay, this is the example of a sheet you have in front of you. Okay, so you have your name, the nation, the team, you've got your standards, gold, silver, and bronze, and then the athlete's results. So this is an athlete in this room, we took the name off, okay, for confidentiality, but this is an actual sheet that we handed out this morning, okay? And so what we want you to do is as we go through each test, look at your score, and then take a look at the standards. Okay? So here we go. Okay, here we go. So, lower body power. I want you guys to understand on each slide, okay, that there are different qualities, and why do we measure this? So we mentioned the lower body power, okay? There's two different types. Static, does everybody remember? 1, 2, up. Yes? Okay, so what was that for? Does everybody remember when is that used in hockey? When do we hold positions and then go? Say it again? Face off. Okay, so face up. Okay? So face off is when you use that type of power. The other one we looked at was counter movement. Down, up. When do we use that?
Stop and starts.
Nice. Stops and starts. Okay? So important that you guys understand, okay, the different types of power we measure. It's important for us as testers to see what type of power you have to work on. So that if you're in the weight room and we know that you don't have very good power from a standstill position, we might have you do Olympic weightlifting, or we might have you do holding positions in between your jumps and work on that type of power. Okay, it's important for us as trainers to know this. The difference between those two is very, very critical to the game. Okay, so it's important, as we mentioned, starting and stopping, transitions, explosive skating in small spaces. Vertical jump tells us a lot about your nervous system and how quick you are. Okay, here's your standards, gold, silver, and bronze. Okay, so you guys have this on your sheet. Okay, what I want you to do now is go to your sheet, okay, and look. Okay, centimeters, I got 49, where do I fit? Gold, silver, or bronze? What's that? Okay, no, time out. So, listen up. So if it's silver or bronze, it's something you've got to work on. If it's gold, it's a strength, put it in your strength column. Everybody got that? Okay? So look at you where you are, and then put it underneath your column. Is it a strength, or is it a weak, or something we've got to work on?
To vyhodnocovali podle systému, buď zlatá medaile, stříbrná bronze. A překvapuje mě, že mají
nějaké tabulky. Musí mít něco.
Jsou právě ty tabulky, které mají, když to minus 3 pod 30 cm, tak je to třetí místo velmi špatné. Takže to mezi 3
Okay, same thing now. Same thing for counter movement. Take a look at the standards. Now take a look at your scores. Okay, and am I in gold, silver, or bronze or below? If I'm in gold, it's a strength. If it's silver or bronze or below, I have to work on it. Write it in your column. Just make a list. Make a list on what you have to work on for you. Okay, we'll give you 1 or 2 minutes to do that, and we'll go to the next one. Okay, good. Okay, long jump, same thing. Take a look at the standards, take a look at where you're at, and now put it underneath your strengths or areas I need to improve. Which one is it? So every athlete in here should be writing down strength, area to improve. Which list? Okay, we're going to pass the mic over to Dawn now. She'll take us through the next few tests.
Thanks, Steve. So now that we've finished with lower body power, I want to take the time to talk a little bit about upper body strength. One of the things to be better, especially for female athletes, one of the things that I've noticed is we tend to shy away from weight room. Okay? And in all aspects, whether you're a hockey player, and again, as a female athlete, we need to be better in upper body strength. What's so important about doing, we did the bench press, okay, which is a pushing activity, and we also did either pull-ups or inverted rows, the pulling activity. Again, all upper body strength. Why is this important in hockey? Very important, especially since, okay, to win battles, okay, so if you're caught in the corner, you're trying to battle the puck off the boards, to increase power and velocity on your shot, and then also to improve skating speed. That upper body, that arm drive. Okay, we talked about, we'll get into the acceleration aspect, all week in terms of arm drive, north to south, cheek to cheek, okay, chest to pocket, that is all going to come from upper body strength. Okay? So again, as Steve mentioned, if you look at your sheet, okay, we'll take a look at the pushing aspect, upper body strength with a bench. We have our standards, gold, silver, and bronze. If you look at your sheet at the top, it says relative to body weight. So there's absolute strength. That's the amount that you lifted in the weight room, absolute. And then there's relative. And again, that's all according to your body weight. So let's take a look at bench press. Again, if you look at your sheet, okay, here's your international standards again. Bench press, absolute, that's the number that you lifted on Monday. And then relative, according to your body weight. So again, let's take a look where you fit into that category. Okay, whether you're in gold, silver, and bronze. And make the decision if that is your strength or if that's your weakness, something to improve upon.